Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a lovable little baby creeper statue. By the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, I would highly recommend checking out the card system because in that I'm going to be leaving my brand new baby mob tutorials playlist. There's only 3 of them in there right now, 4 if you include this one, but it's going to get a lot bigger over the time because you guys really seem to enjoy these. So that's more than enough talking, guys. If you want more of this, check out the card system, but otherwise, if you want to make the little baby creeper, here's what you're going to need. I would highly recommend grabbing yourself some grass block, then flip over, grab yourself some black wool, some lime wool, grab dark green wool, some white wool, grab red wool, grab light grey wool, also grab some black carpet, and then because we have enough room, I would also suggest, if I can find it, I'm always bad at finding this, grab yourself some bone meal. That's right, we're going to be needing bone meal for this build. Once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it in front of the baby Steve statue, you're going to want to kick off your baby creeper with 2 grass blocks coming directly up from the ground. That's 1 and 2. Then place a black wool on top of that second grass block. Then going right, do a lime wool. Then a black wool. Then leaving a gap of 2, but we've got to use an actual wool or a block to do this, leaving a gap of 2, do 2 gaps, then do a black wool, lime wool, then a black wool, and then destroy the block that you used to leave 2 gaps. We had to use the block obviously because we're suspended in the air. What you then want to do, on top of these 2 rows of 3 that we have here, we want to stack 2 rows of lime green wool, so that'll be 1 and 2 on this left foot, and then 1 and 2 on this right foot. What we then want to do, behind each one of these feet, we want to do 2 rows of lime green wool coming out of the entire back of this. So it'll look like this. It'll be like 1 layer of lime green wool, and then 2 layers of lime green wool coming out of the back of each foot. So that's 1, and then add 2 layers of lime green coming out of this other foot. So this will be 2, like so. What we now want to do is this. So we now want to have 2 additional feet, and I guess that we can do these in front of these 2 feet. So what we want to do, in front of these 2 feet, we want to have the exact same thing. We want to have 2 feet again. So in front of this very first black wall that you place, do 3 white wool coming out in front of it, that's 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 lime green wool, that's 1, 2. Then do a black wool. Now going right, do 1 lime green, 1 black, leave a gap of 2 going right, so that'll be 2 white wool, then do 1 black, 1 lime wool, 1 black, like this. What we can then do is just destroy the white spacer blocks, all of those, and then we just want to emulate what we have behind us. So on top of these outward rows of 3, the black and lime wool rows, we want to stack 2 rows of lime green. We've already done 1, and this will be the second. And then behind each one of those legs, we want to do 2 rows of lime green wool coming out of the back of them. So that'll be 1 layer of lime green, and this will be 2 layers of lime green coming directly out of the back of that first leg, and now we're doing it coming out of the back of the second leg. And those will be each one of the 4 feet of the creeper. Perfect. Once you have those 4 feet taken care of, this is what we want to do next. So starting from on top of this front left hand foot, you see where this middle block is at the very top back of the foot? Well, up backwards diagonally from that block, so in this position right here, you want to place a lime green wall. Then go right of this lime green wall by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should line up in the exact same position on the opposite foot. Then on top of this row of lime green wall that we have right here, stack 8 additional rows of lime green. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you just want to add those 8 layers of lime wool on top of that first initial row of lime green. So we're just adding lime green all the way on top of that. Perfect. What we then want to do is come behind the shape that we've just made, and you want to extend each one of the 4 corners of the rectangular shape that you've made backwards, each by 2. So that's 1, 2, and that'll be 1, 2, then 1, 2, 1, 2. Connect each one of those second blocks together. Do that by going all the way around and forming a big giant 3D rectangular shape, which is going to be the body of the creeper, and then what you can do is just completely fill it in with lime green wool. We don't want to have any holes in the little baby creeper's body, do we? So just fill all of these in with lime green wool to give you something which should look a little bit like this. What we now want to do is come all the way up to the very top front of your creeper and take this top row right here at the top of your creeper and extend it out forward by 1 row with your lime green wool, so add 1 row. Then, still coming out forward but going left to right, do 1 lime, 1 black wool, 2 lime, 1 black, 1 lime. Then for the next row, going from left to right, do 1 lime, 4 black, 1 lime. For the next row, do 2 lime, 2 black, 2 lime. For the next row, do 1 dark green, 1 white wool, 2 lime, 1 white wool, 1 dark green. Then for the next row, do 2 dark green, 2 lime, 2 dark green. Then for the final row of the head, just do an entire row of lime green wool, like that. Perfect, that's the creeper's face. And once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Come all the way around to the back of your creeper's body. Starting from this top back row right here, extend this row backwards by 2 with your lime green wool. That's 1 and 2. Extend it backwards by 2 rows with your lime green. Then take each one of the back 2 corners, raise them up until they are equal height with the top of your creeper's head. Connect them to the head and connect them together as well to form a big giant square shape like this, or a big giant cube I should say. Then fill in the entirety of the cube with your lime green wool, and that shouldn't cause you too much hassle, should it? So just fill the entirety of this cube in with lime green wool, and hopefully that won't cause you too many problems. So we're just going to get that done, aren't we? It won't take us very long at all. We've just got the left hand side here, and then well, I guess this is technically the right hand side. We've got the right hand side of the creeper's head just filled in now, and then we've just got the top of the head here, which will not take a second, and we have done it. So once you've got that taken care of, you've actually completed the little baby creeper statue. That is the actual baby creeper taken care of, but we have a few more plans for the baby creeper. So once you've got the baby creeper taken care of, take out your grass block and do a platform of grass block underneath your creeper's feet. So going all the way around the inside of the bottom of the feet, do a layer of grass block going, well, like I said, all the way around the bottom of the inside of the feet, like this. What you then want to do is take this layer of grass that you've just placed, and you want to extend it coming outwards by 2 rows. So just go all the way around the outside of this, not once but twice with your grass block. So going all the way around, just do 2 layers of grass going all the way around the outside of it. So we'll have 2 layers of grass poking out. This will take a second or 2. And we're just building up the nice little platform in which our creeper is going to sit on, and it's going to improve things quite a bit, trust me. So there we go, that is the first part of the platform. The second part of the platform is on the ground, and we want to do a layer of grass block going all the way around the outside of basically the platform that we've just made for the creeper. So on the ground this time, we want to do a layer of grass block that goes all the way around the base of the platform. You guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. Then add another layer of grass going all the way around the platform that you've just placed on the ground. So go all the way around the outside of it with your grass, and that will be pretty much the entire platform completed. Well, at least the base of it. We then have to add a couple of things to it. So we're just going to add, there we go. So we have just added the extra layer of grass. We now have the creeper, we have the base little platform. Now, take out your red wool. And by the way, you don't have to do this, but I thought that this was a pretty cool concept, because I thought that this was a little bit dull all by itself, so I decided to add a couple of things around the platform. So the first one is in this front left-hand corner of your statue, where we have this little grass platform, you want to knock out the 3 first blocks starting from the left of the corner. That's 1, 2, 3. Then knock out the 2 rows behind it. So that's 1, and that will be 2. So you want to have like a 3x3 empty space. Then fill in that empty space with red wool. So you want to have a 3x3 square of red wool. Then, starting from this front left-hand corner of your red wool, you want to, going clockwise, do a white wool on this corner, then a light grey, white, light grey, white, light grey, white, light grey, like that. Stack an additional layer of red directly on top of this, fill in the center of it with light red, then take out your black carpet and do kind of like a plus shape on top of this, leaving the center block empty. So you just kind of want to have a little bit of a TNT pattern. That's essentially what that is. It's a little tiny TNT block on the front right hand corner of this, and I think that that looks pretty nice. I haven't just made one though, I've made an additional one. So this is the exact same design, but it's in a different place, and it actually starts. Can you see from this front bottom right hand corner of the front bottom right hand leg, you want to destroy this grass block here and the one to the right of it. Replace those two blocks with red and extend that second red block to the right by one. Destroy these two grass blocks in front of them and then add two additional layers of red coming out in front of the creeper. Then, starting from on top of this top back left hand corner, going clockwise, do one white wall, one light grey, one white, one light grey, one white, one light grey, one white, one light grey. Add an additional layer of red wool on top of this. Take out your black carpet and do a plus shape of black carpet on top of this, leaving the top and middle block exposed. And there you have it. There you have two nice little TNTs in front of your creeper. And what you can also do is add some grass block into the actual center of the platform that your creeper actually stands on, the upper part. You can just add some grass block here, and just so that it's not empty, just so that it actually makes sense that he's not falling through this thing. And then after that, if you also want to, you can add some bone meal to the actual platform that it stands on. You can add a nice little bit of bone meal just to add some flowers and stuff, preferably some flowers, or at least that'd be nice, wouldn't it? We're not getting that many though, are we? We're getting a lot of grass, very few flowers. You might want to add those in artificially afterwards, that's up to you. I'd prefer a little bit more flowers with this, but I'm not going to change it. We're just going to fill this in a little bit with the bone meal, and we'll just end up with something that should look a little bit like that, and I think that it looks a little bit more interesting. Maybe I would destroy a little bit of that grass there, and I might even do it now. I might destroy a little bit of the grass, and I might add in some different flowers, because honestly that's looking a little ugly with all of the grass. I don't really like that, so we'll do like a tulip here. Oh, I think I can just place it on top of the grass. I didn't know that, so I'm just going to very quickly cycle through all of these. I wish I had a whole inventory of flowers so I could really randomize it. I don't know, I quite like flowers. I like adding them to builds, and I think that adds a nice little bit of colour, especially with this one, because the creeper's really only two colours, really. He's green and he's a little bit black. But really he's only one colour, isn't he? He's only green, and I think that some flowers really add something to it. And something that I added to mine in the original, grab yourself some red wool and some white wool. I added a couple of love hearts coming out of the creeper's head, because I thought that that was kind of funny. So in the positions that I added them, you see this lime green wool underneath this bottom left hand corner of the left eye? Going left of this lime green wool, you want to do a row of 3 white wool, so going left 1, 2, 3. Then place a red wool in front of this block, then do a red wool coming up, extend that out by 1 either side, add an additional block on top of each one of those extended blocks, and there you have a nice little makeshift love heart next to the creeper's head. And I also added another one on the other side, and here I started from the top right hand corner of the right hand eye this time, and I did 3 red wool, or do 3 white wool going right, 1, 2, 3, then do 1 red wool, add 1 on top, left and right by 1, then add an additional block on top of each one of those, and there you have 2 little love hearts. You could add an additional one, for instance. You could add one like starting 1 block backwards on top of the head, in line with the top middle left hand center part. You could add 3 white wool coming up from the head, that's 3, then do 2 red wool coming up, extend that second red wool left and right by 1, and then add an additional red on top of each one of those, and you have now a little trio of love hearts. Whether that looks good or not, it doesn't look good. I actually don't like that, but you guys get the idea. You could add some of those if you want to. You could destroy those. I don't know whether I like those love hearts. I think it might take away from the statue a little bit, or at least this one, just because I'm looking at it from this view. Completely up to you. Definitely works without the love hearts, but I think 1 or 2 actually, it makes it a little cuter. But there you go, that's the statue complete. Those are some additional extras that you may or may not want to add. Hopefully you guys like this statue. Hopefully you've managed to make it. If you've done both of those things, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. If you like statues like this, you might be able to see some in the background. Behind us we have a baby Steve, we have a baby Ender Dragon, we have a baby Enderman, and right in the back you might be able to see an Ender Dragon house head, and all the way back there, though you can't see it, we have a school and a giant Ender Dragon above it. So subscribe if you want to see any of that stuff. Comment down below, what do you want me to make next? Any more baby mobs? I think I might make the Wither next. I'm thinking about making an actual Wither boss baby, which I think that'd be really interesting. Those are like the top 2 requests right after baby Steve. It's like make a Wither boss, wake and make a baby creeper. So let me know. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, like, favorite, share, comment down below. Check out the card system for my baby creeper mob statue tutorial playlist. I know that's a mouthful, but that is what it is. It'll house all of these, plus a load of other videos and playlists that I'll leave in there that I think that you guys might enjoy also. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, favorite, share, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below, and check out the card system. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.